Hi, my name is Jack Camille. I'm a financial advisor here at Harrison Brook, and today I'm going to talk about why a UK defined benefit pension transfer is so expensive. A defined benefit pension is a UK pension scheme that is offering you a guaranteed income for life. It'll be an old employee scheme, and it's usually from a set age, call it 60. And this can be deferred as well should you not wish to retire at that time. Because it has these protected rights, so there's guaranteed income or a transfer value, if you want to transfer out of that scheme, you need to take advice from an FCA authorised, the Financial Conduct Authority, pension transfer specialist in the UK. They are going to assess the suitability of either retaining those scheme benefits or transferring out into a new scheme. In similar fashion to the mis-selling of PPI a number of years ago, a lot of people have transferred out of defined benefit schemes when they shouldn't. They've had improper advice. The transfer has been pushed through based on the advisor or someone else involved, often commission-paying products. Someone has lost a guaranteed income for life. There's a significant issue there. As such, claims companies have now entered the marketplace. So they are working on a no-win, no-fee basis, essentially making claims for historical transfer recommendations to a number of the advisors in the market. So in terms of how that cost is bared, in terms of fighting the claims companies, going to the financial ombudsman, the processes that are involved, that's covered by the insurance, your professional indemnity insurance. As a direct result of those claims companies, professional indemnity insurance has dramatically increased over recent years. That in turn is then built into the fees that the advisor is going to charge anyone who's assessing whether to transfer out of their scheme or not. There are far higher operating costs than there were before. So if we start to break that down as to why, as time has gone by, via the FCA and the pensions regulator, to protect members from transferring out of schemes when they shouldn't, they have put in additional requirements. So if you go back far enough, it may have been a 20-page document. Now you're looking at a 150-page report. There is a pre-call and a post-call with the advisor themselves. There's numerous other reports that are required, things like an APTA report or a cash flow forecast. And the bottom line is there's a lot more work involved. So as a result of that, the cost of the advisor will also increase. Combined with these operating costs, put simply, there's a short supply of advisors. So 40% or so have closed in the last 2 or 3 years alone. This is due to the FCA coming down and deeming their advice as being inappropriate, high operating costs, high PI cover and so forth. So there's quite simply a lack of advisors now in the marketplace, combined with a significant demand. So all of those costs are actually relevant solely for the UK residents. The moment you're offshore, you then need to use a cross-border advisory firm such as ourselves, because you cannot deal directly with the UK FCA authorised advisor. Obviously, anytime you use an additional firm, you're going to be increasing your costs. So all of a sudden there's a split. There's the UK advisor, whose costs we've just seen have dramatically increased for those reasons. They will provide you advice in isolation on your defined benefit scheme, whether to transfer out or retain it. But you're going to have ourselves who are here that look at the end solution and work with you both initially and on an ongoing basis. So we're looking at is it international SIP or CUROPS, investment platforms, fund allocation and so forth. So all of a sudden, on top of those previous costs, you do now have advisory costs of our own or whichever company you use. In short, as advisor costs increase, that is going to be passed on to you, the end user. Combine that with the increase in demand and a lack of supply of advisors, and the situation just worsens. If you have any questions on your position regarding defined benefit transfers or what your options are, please feel free to get in touch.